Or maybe you just want to, chop up those eggs to make a great egg salad. You have come to the right place. When you hear the name Ninja, immediately you know power, technology, and very special blade performance. Well, imagine getting a 3-in-1, being able to have a blender, have a food processor, and have a perfect frozen drink maker, and buy it at $39.95 with, most importantly, the quality of the Ninja name. Well, check it out. The Pulse technology. We'll talk about the very special stack blade technology that literally draws the food down. You can chop, blend, puree, mix, great. You can literally do it all. You can even make dough. But the cool thing about this as well, you can take ice and pulverize it in seconds into snow. Big customer pick on our website. Colors, we still have all the colors, so let me go over each one. This, of course, is the turquoise. We have the red. We have the one that's a little darker than red is going to be your cinnamon. There's the turquoise. There's the blue, and we have it available in the black. Oh, that's right, the blue we're calling navy blue, 40-ounce capacity. Cinnamon is the most limited, and over here, you are also going to get a book that has 100 recipes with it as well. And all of it on 4 FlexPay payments of $9.99 a payment today. And Miss Carrie Milletta with us here today to tell us a lot more. And way easier to store.
Oh, yes.
Easier to use, easier to store. And why do we buy the big guys? We buy them for power.
That's right.
This has it.
450 watts of power, that Ninja blade technology, which we're going to talk more about. But what it really comes down to is when we're blending, we want to make sure that power is there, right? So how best can I show you? We're going to start by taking this nice hard ice. And this is the type of ice I really love to use because this one's a hard block, right? This is like not easily crushed. And maybe your blender at home has not really been performing up to par. Well, ours has this power pot on top that we placed. You saw I put the lid on, the power pot at top. Notice there's no buttons. I'm just going to come up to the top with literally 2 fingers, and I'm going to start pulsing. And as I do that, you're going to hear it absolutely pulverizing that ice. And what we want to do is get it to where it kind of loses that crackling sound. That means it's gotten all the big pieces. And there it goes.
Oh, there you go.
And now we're just gonna let it roll for a second by holding it down. And in just a moment like that, that power that you could hear has completely moved through that ice. That quad blade has made snow.
Holy
Check
cow.
it out. And this is like equivalent to like the snow just fell on the ground. I'm gonna make snowballs out of it. But think about doing snow cones during the summer. Think about using this as a bed for your seafood when you're entertaining.
Yeah, I love that idea for shrimp, putting your shrimp on that. And you're doing, that just happened with a Ninja that you're buying for only $9.99 on FlexPay. That's what I think is incredible about this, because you just said when you know the name, and the name means power. And when you're thinking about a blender and a food processor and a frozen drink maker, you need the power to get in there and really be able to pulverize.
And that's
so
the thing, most blenders kind of fall short, you know what I mean? So it never tastes like that restaurant style drink.
Yes.
You know, there's actually, I always joke, there's a restaurant in Florida, they have a whole bunch of locations, and they're about daiquiris, like that's what they do. So what I find is really funny is that you pay all this big money to go get these daiquiris, and you can make it right here with the palm of your hand. Look at this, I just put my one hand on here. Again, we're gonna do that pulse. When you have bigger pieces like ice, you wanna do about 2-second pulses. So 1, 2, 1, 2. When it's smaller ingredients, you can actually do shorter pulses, or you can hold it down. So once I feel like I've gotten those big pieces done, that's when I can hold it down a little bit longer to really work through it. But every time I push down, what's actually happening is that blade is popping up and down, right? So it's getting all the pieces evenly. When I feel like I see the drink I want, I'm gonna come over here, take my power pot off. Notice there's a spout right here on the side. So this takes it right to the table.
So cool.
How cool is that? Takes it right to the table, but notice this is absolutely perfect. There's no big chunky pieces left. This looks like I went to that little daiquiri restaurant because never could I get that kind of quality out of my old blender. With this one, perfect. This is actually a watermelon margarita. This is one of the recipes in our book.
Is it? You know what I was thinking too, because a lot of times, Carol, you end up with the tamper, right? And you have to keep pushing the food down. So we have to talk about the blaze, because the blaze are one of the important the features that really, and the stacking you can see, that make it different from like a lot of other blenders out there.
100%. It's a quad blade technology, so you notice that there's 4 blades actually sticking out. And when you're pulsing, what's actually happening is it's moving up and down. So it's taking any of the food, because if you ever had the food at the bottom get stuck and then the food at the top didn't get in.
That's why you keep stopping.
Exactly, and that's why you have to tamper it down. Well, with this, you don't have to. It's doing the work for you, and it's total ice crushing technology. And that means that every time you do that frozen drink, every time you do, you know, whether it's, please do. Yeah. Those are delicious. And it's perfect for the summer. So I want you to imagine, don't go out and buy a frozen drink maker just for that. Have this where you can use it to make not just your frozen drinks, but here I'm gonna use the spout in reverse, and I'm actually gonna put my oil as I'm making my pesto.
Bear with us 1 second so we can show that with the camera.
Yeah, please.
I love that.
So yeah, so as I want to watch, I want to make sure I get just the right amount of oil in there. So my spout has now become my helper in getting my perfect pesto. So here, if you want to make it chunkier, I'm going to put a little more oil in there, and that's what I love about this. So this is about getting it to the right consistency and exactly what you want. Perfect. Now I see it right through here. Again, this is a 40-ounce, container that you're getting capacity. And when you're done, like if I was done with this pesto and I wanted to put it in the fridge, it's coming with the top, so you can actually put that. Say, okay, I'm waiting for dinner later. Let me put this in the fridge or put this on the table. You totally can. But I'm going to go ahead and pour this because it's absolutely perfect pesto.
Oh my goodness! And I want to like really just read you some of the recipes. It's like 100 recipes. You can make all your breakfast smoothies, pancakes in here. Feta pesto. So there's the pesto. Whoa, baked ravioli.
The chicken sausage, chicken apple sausage. So you can take your actual own chicken and put apples in there, and it's actually going to blend it perfectly.
That's a great idea.
Right? It's about the consistency. Everything you're seeing us make today is going to be in your book. So I want to talk about things like carrots, and we're going to work side by side. So I've got the carrots, you've got the onions. Things about hard to get carrots in the exact size that we want. Hard to get onions without making us cry. And then there's all these techniques, right, just to get them cut properly. So side by side. So now I would say with your onions, it all depends if you want minced or you want them chunky and chopped. So I'm not my carrots to get down. I want to make a carrot cake. So I really need my carrots to get really small. So you may just pulse a little bit, but notice what's happening. That's already done if you wanted to stay at chopped. But if you want to go to minced, you can chop a few more times.
Gosh, it's already done.
Right? Mine's totally done.
Holy cow.
So, it's so, notice how easy it was that I was talking with Bobby. Bobby just was like, I just pressed this a couple times and it's finished.
That's it.
That's what you want in the kitchen when you're working. So here I'm going to pop out these carrots and we're going to look at the consistency of them and then just flop them on your, flop them over. You got it, girl. Just pop them down.
Boy, let the parties and the picnics begin. How perfect is that?
We didn't even have a tear, right?
Look at that.
Perfect. What's the problem that we all generally have with our onions or most of our prep? It's hard. It's hard to get it exactly right. If you wanted onions to that consistency, can you imagine trying to chop those and how long it would take you?
Forget it.
And most food processors, they actually get the onion stuck at the bottom, so you get like that onion soup at the bottom, so the top's not chopped the same as the bottom. My old food processor was exactly like that, and it was very frustrating. So I stopped using it, and I kept using the knife, but I hated all the tears. So carrots, these carrots are perfect for my cake. I mean, so this is the exact consistency if I were making a carrot cake from scratch that I would want.
And you know what? Grace said she had a community barbecue last Saturday. She used her Ninja to make snow cones for the kids.
Oh, great idea.
So listen, whether it's sauces, snow cones, entire meals, you get 100 recipes that comes right along with it. Colors are great. So the 40,000 almost spoken of these, almost 4,000. The red, we have the cranberry, the fuchsia, the navy, the black, the turquoise. All of the colors are great. Great gift idea. And listen, a lot of times you don't prepare these foods because you don't want to do all this prep to it.
100%.
Right?
It's all about, I mean, listen, we buy prepped foods because it's hard for us in our kitchen. But when we have things that make it easy, like I'm making a salsa from scratch. I put everything in here whole. My tomatoes, I put onions in here. I put my peppers in here. I even put some lime in here to give it a little kick. Now, if I wanted to stop nice and chunky, I would just pulse a few times. But I really like to get it to that restaurant style quality. So I let it run just a moment. Remember that 450 watts, what that's doing is powering through. Check this out. I am hard pressed to find a salsa. There's like one of my favorite Mexican
I love
restaurants.
fresh salsa.
There's nothing like it.
Nothing better than fresh salsa.
Pineapple,
Exactly.
you can add, you know, we added lime to this one to give it a little pop. This one's very spicy, so do be careful. You might need that margarita close by afterwards. So we, yeah. She's like, good. Good for margarita. She's like, and we've lost Bobby. Okay, so we're gonna move on. But that's the nice part.
40,000 gone.
You can make it the way that you wanna make it. Even if you wanna take a delicious steak and you wanna get the best hamburgers you've ever served, we actually cut up pieces of sirloin. We have cheese in here and we have peppers in here, and we are gonna